All right, let's dive into one of the most epic and, frankly, hilarious showdowns in the Marvel Universe. The day She-Hulk decided to serve Nick Fury a subpoena. Yes, you heard that right. Forget about cosmic threats or alien invasions. Today, we're talking about legal action at 60,000 feet. Picture this: the SHIELD Helicarrier, a symbol of global security, gliding silently through the clouds. On the bridge, Nick Fury, the super spy of all super spies, is managing a dozen crises at once. The mood is tense, professional. Just another Tuesday for the director of SHIELD. Then suddenly, the reinforced wall of the bridge doesn't just buckle. It explodes inward. And through the twisted metal and smoke steps a 7-foot-tall, green-skinned powerhouse in a torn business suit. It's Jennifer Walters, a.k.a. She-Hulk, and she does not look happy. Before anyone can even react, she's in motion. A squad of Life Model Decoys, Fury's personal android bodyguards, swarms her. But this isn't just a mindless brawl. As She-Hulk backhands an LMD into a computer console, sending sparks flying, she starts speaking. And she's not shouting threats, she's reciting legal code. "Section 4 of the Superhuman Registration Act," she announces, her voice calm but carrying over the chaos. It clearly states that any registered superhuman must be granted due process before detainment. She grabs 2 LMDs by their heads and claps them together like cymbals. "Your recent activities, Director Fury, have been in direct violation of this statute." The remaining SHIELD agents on the bridge are just frozen, watching this incredible display. It's one thing to fight a monster. It is another thing entirely to be lectured on civil liberties by one while she is dismantling your elite defense squad. She-Hulk moves with a brutal grace, a fusion of a top-tier lawyer and a wrecking ball. She sidesteps a laser blast, grabs the LMD that fired it, and uses it as a club to demolish another. Nick Fury, ever the tactician, doesn't panic. He just calmly lifts a hand to his earpiece. "Activate Protocol Gamma 7, he says, his one good eye fixed on Jennifer. The floor beneath She-Hulk suddenly glows with a blue grid of light. A high-pitched hum fills the air, and an intense gravitational field erupts, slamming her down to one knee. The metal deck groans under the sudden, immense pressure. Fury smirks. It's a gravity well trap, designed to hold a Hulk. For a moment, it looks like it's working. She-Hulk is struggling, her muscles straining against the crushing force. Fury takes a step forward. "You should have made an appointment, Walters. Now, you're trespassing on federal property, assaulting my agents." But Jennifer just grins back, a fierce, determined smile. "And you, Director," she grunts, "are about to witness a classic legal counter-argument." She forces her hands together, a feat that makes the very air around her shimmer with effort. Then with a deafening roar, she unleashes her signature move, the thunderclap. The sonic boom is monumental. It doesn't just disrupt the gravity well, it shatters the projectors, sending a shower of broken tech across the bridge. The shockwave blows back every agent, Nick Fury included. Alarms blare, lights flicker. The helicarrier itself seems to lurch from the impact. She-Hulk rises to her full height, dusting off her hands. She wags a finger at Fury, who's now picking himself up. "And by the way, Director," she says, her tone mockingly academic, "unauthorized detention of a citizen under false pretenses. That's a felony. You might want to brush up on your penal code." Fury realizes this isn't a fight he can win with force. It's time for Plan B, a tactical retreat. He turns and sprints for a hidden escape hatch leading to the flight deck. Automated turrets pop out of the ceiling, unleashing a hailstorm of high-tech ordnance at She-Hulk to cover his escape. Bullets, lasers, micro-missiles, the works. Does she dodge? Does she take cover? Nope. Jennifer simply lowers her shoulder and charges straight through the barrage. Sparks fly off her invulnerable skin. Explosions bloom around her, barely even slowing her down. It's like watching a force of nature ignore a rainstorm. She bursts onto the flight deck just as Fury is jumping into the cockpit of a sleek, advanced escape jet. The jet's canopy closes, and its engines begin to whine, preparing for a vertical takeoff. But it's too late. With a phenomenal leap, She-Hulk clears half the flight deck, landing directly on top of the jet with a ground-shaking thud that dents the reinforced fuselage. The aircraft groans, its landing gear buckling under her weight. Fury stares up through the canopy, his expression finally shifting from tactical coolness to genuine disbelief. She-Hulk just leans down, her face filling his view. With one hand, she reaches down and with a sound of screeching, tearing metal, rips the jet's wing cannon clean off. With her other hand, she casually punches straight through the supposedly unbreakable cockpit canopy, shattering it into a million pieces. She reaches in, not to grab Fury, but to tap him lightly on the shoulder. He flinches. From a pocket in her tattered suit, she pulls out a folded piece of paper. It's a subpoena. She unfolds it and holds it right in front of his face. "Nicholas Joseph Fury," she says, her voice now perfectly calm, as if they were in a courtroom. "You've been served." She places the document firmly on his chest. Then, for good measure, she plants her other hand on the jet's nose, and with a grunt, pins the entire aircraft to the deck, her grip crushing the nose cone like a soda can. The engines sputter and die. She-Hulk stands up, towering over the trapped director of SHIELD. She flashes him a bright, confident smile, the kind of smile a lawyer gives when they know they've just won the case. "My office will be in touch to schedule your deposition. Have a nice day, Director." And with that, she turns and casually leaps off the helicarrier, plummeting toward the city below, leaving behind a wrecked bridge, a squadron of destroyed LMDs, a disabled multi-million-dollar jet, and one very, very surprised Nick Fury holding a legal summons. It's a perfect reminder that in the Marvel Universe, sometimes the most powerful weapon isn't a hammer or a shield, but a well-prepared lawyer who can bench press a tank. What an absolutely legendary moment. This is why we love She-Hulk. She's not just about the smash, she's about the smarts, the sass, and the unwavering belief in the rule of law, even when she has to enforce it personally. What are some of your favorite overpowered She-Hulk moments? Let me know down in the comments, and we can geek out about them together. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of comics' greatest showdowns, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.